Oh, blueberry ice cream. There we go. And here's my hat. Right, where am I? Oh, Breeze Mall today. So, the reason I'm in a Breeze Mall, I've been given my instructions to get 3 18-inch pizzas and 3 tubs of ice cream because it's Annie's birthday today and I need to take them to where she's got to go for her internship. So we were here yesterday checking up so I can get 3 18-inch pizzas for around 1,800 peso. That's a famous American pizza shop called S&R. However, if I go to another famous American pizza company called Yellow Cab, it's going to cost me 5,500 peso for the same 3 pizzas. A fully loaded, a Hawaiian and a pepperoni. Why is there such a difference in pizzas? Maybe one's gold plated, I don't know. But I only eat pizzas on a Wednesday when it's double cooked and then it tastes horrible. Some of you will get offended about me not liking pizzas, but big taste, big fun, big taste, big fun. Right, okay, there's the 6 litres of ice cream, 3 different flavours, pistachio, cookies and coffee and cream. And we're waiting for the 3 big 18-inch pizzas. It's 2:10 on a Monday. Then we're back to Diamond Building. As I mentioned a couple of months ago, I was looking for a property and I went to the bank to look at a foreclosed property over a subdivision. Anyway, I got to see the property. Okay, this is a property, mind you, 6,250,000 peso. And when I went to see it, it's not habitable. The people in the local community are using it as a dumping ground. It's got no windows, no doors, no electric, no kitchen, no heating. It's got nothing. It's just a shell of a property, even though they're selling it as habitable. But anyway, so I ended up talking to, there we go. I ended up talking to the management of the subdivision and really got put off. So I said to them, on a plot of 400 square meters, what would be the subdivision management fees? I was told a couple of months ago, what 300 peso, but it's not 300 peso, which I knew. It's 1,300 peso a month, and that includes your amenities, a swimming pool, the lighting, the gardening, the cleaning. But as I said to the woman, I said, well, you've got a property there that's being sold that everybody's just chucking their rubbish in it. It's full of cats and dogs and everything like that. I said, it's not very nice. I wouldn't want to live in a place like this. And phase 1, because you're not looking after it. You're charging people a lot of money. I said, okay. I said, what is the fee? Well, it's a Mediterranean fee. So if I bought a plot of land and I had a plot of land for 5 million, and then I could turn around and build a property, the property would have to exceed 2 million peso. And then there's all these things that you need to do. Like, if you're going to build, you need to put down a bond of 300,000 peso to make sure the area is clean and tidy. Okay. Then you need to turn around and pay 500,000 to the subdivision to manage the processing fee of the land and the plot. How long will that take? 2 years. I found that a bit unacceptable. But the bit I found really unacceptable was, oh, wait there. Look at that. These are the do's and the don'ts of the subdivision. It's 8 pages long, double-sided. Yeah, there we go, double-sided. And things like your water, you have to purchase your water from a company called Errands, not Davaoe water, which means you're buying your water through a third party. Okay. Electricity, exactly the same. You buy the electricity through Errands. So I'm paying 9.3 kilowatt an hour. Yeah, peso that is. And Errands is 13. So homeowner fees will never go down because it's just one of those things. People just accept it. I don't like to accept it. There's the contact details of the woman, so you can read that. The yellow bit is the 2 plots I looked at. But I did turn around and say to the woman, after I went over there last week, that there are too many restrictions on my property. Not yours, mine. I'm the one pay the money, pay for the house, pay for the upkeep, pay the tax, pay the BIR, pay the electricity, pay the water, pay the sewage, pay. But all of these are all through third parties. It's not direct. So it just baffles me why they set up stuff for the subdivision. So it's a nice subdivision, overgrown, so they're obviously not using the money from the homeowners because there's not enough homeowners on the site to clear the plots and the land, but they still charge you. I had a coffee shop, but the coffee shop hasn't got a license, but they charge you for a coffee shop even though it's not open. So, you know when you get that feeling when something's not right? Well, this was that feeling I got. And yeah, people would go, oh, that's what you pay for when you come to the Philippines, that's what you pay for. Well, I've been watching this thing about a woman called Sarah Decos who's doing these flood control issues that are happening on Luzon. Well, if the Filipinos are doing it, then it's part of a cultural thing, isn't it? That take the money and you improve your lifestyle. Well, it's my money's staying with me. We're not going any further with this subdivision. So really miffed really, but this 8 pages, double-sided, of the do's and don'ts, yeah. You can't build above 19 metres, that's okay. The property is Mediterranean theme, the only colour you can use is white. What about Greece is white and blue? Italy's terracotta and sand. Spain is red and white, but you can only use white. Why would I want to buy somewhere that looks like I'm living in a hospital? So anyway, bit disappointed. Yeah, bit disappointed. I like the cool area, I like the zone, but I don't want to be paying the drainage. I don't want to be paying electricity to a third party. I don't want to be paying the water to a third party. I don't want to be paying the homeowners association $12,000 peso a month, a year, for something that opens and closes and doesn't deliver what it's saying it's delivering. Anyway, I'm going to have lunch and I'll be back here. Now, the other thing about this paperwork it turns around and gives you your borders or your boundaries of your property. Now, what it doesn't turn around and say is that there is a space between your boundary and the other boundary's property. So when I ask the question, well, you can build a property right up until your boundary. So there's your fence. Flush with your fence, somebody can build a 19-metre property with windows looking directly into your property. There is no restriction area, there is no gap to turn around and say there needs to be a 1 metre gap between the boundary and the other person's property. Now, the problem with that is that if the wall starts to deteriorate and somebody's built, there's your boundary, and somebody's built the house there, you have to knock the wall down because you can't get access to that side of the boundary. The same as your side, you can build right up and just have a 6-inch gap between your property and the other property. So if you build your property up to your boundary, other people can build right up to your property, giving just your boundary wall, which I found a little bit interesting. The building regs or big building regulations in this document, is covered by 4 other, I'm gonna have something to eat, is covered by the 4 recommended construction companies or building companies or contractors. What I found interesting is that 2 of those companies are not recommended by other companies or other establishments, should I say, here in Davaoe, because they got a bad reputation of crocodile building, taking shortcuts, pricing high and delivering cheap. So I only found that out by talking to somebody that owns an accountancy firm who does the books. The other 2 companies are highly recommended, but Subdivision isn't pushing those, they're pushing the other 2. Which says to me somebody is making a profit on the back of people building houses. So I spoke to somebody I know who's been living in Davaoe for like 35 years and built lots of houses and built lots of properties, and he turned around and said, keep away from the top 2, look at the bottom 2 if you're considering. One of the bottom 2 is based in Ginseng, so I might have to pop down there and have a chat with them to see what the processes are, what the licenses are, and what is required to turn around and build a property on a subdivision. Are there licenses? Are there restrictions? Are there deposits? What is the process? And I need to find that one out. But at the moment, after 6 months, I got to see the property that's been foreclosed, which isn't a property because you can't live in it, it's not habitable. Got no electric, no water, no windows, no doors, no tiling, no finishing, nothing. So I don't understand why they call it a habitable property. I suppose if you were a Carabao, maybe. I looked at the plots. One of the plots was at the bottom of the subdivision, at the bottom of the hill. Very green, and the road very slimy, which means very wet. And so I won't be going down that road. So I'm going to look at another subdivision. I'm going to look at Villa Josephine, which is near Tyrrell, and I'm going to go over there and ask questions over there and see what they do, and just to start building a portfolio really of what's going on. But it's an enlightening experience talking to people about what they're selling. They sell it, but they don't have any responsibility or accountability for what they're selling. You have to ask all the questions. But when you ask all the questions, they start getting irritable because it highlights that they can't answer the questions. The big question for me was about internet provider at the subdivision. Is it PLDT? Is it Globe? Is it Converge? Is it Dito? Is it Starlink? Now, when I went to the Globe office down at Breezer, they've got one of these little search engines. You click in, you put the address. Anyway, they don't do internet in that area because it's too high up and they haven't got the cabling or the fibre optics up there yet. PLDT were exactly the same. So I gave up. I didn't ask Converge and I didn't ask Dito. So I know Starlink, you can pay 27,000 peso and you can pay 4,000 peso a month to get a good internet connection. But would I go down that route? So, when people can't, when you're looking at a subdivision, you want amenities, don't you? You want to be able to connect. You want to be able to go online. You want to be able to not drive down into Tyrrell to turn around and start doing your messages or your paperwork or your bookwork or contacting your bank or doing on your internet shopping in the local mall. So, strange. I do find it strange. But anyway, like, share, subscribe guys, and I'll speak to you later. Take care.